If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC24, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC24 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Okay guys, so we just finished the reviews for Vinicius Jr. and Aloeron. I might do Ginola as well today, and then we'll see what types of videos we can do on some of these other days, right? Okay, so EA, you know, they have this concept with the evolutions now where you basically get a lower rated card, and if you play games with that lower rated card and improve him, you can now make him an evolution version that has been improved, right, in certain aspects. So you can see here that the improvements is pace and passing for the most part on this, as well as a physical. For someone like Peter Crouch, it'd be pretty big, right? But yeah, you get the small stat improvements, and then small stat improvements again. And then I think with this one, you probably have to hope for some sort of like evolution in the future to further improve the cards, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they might have like transfer market versions of themselves as well, but we'll see what the vibes are. So this is a new evolution. It's called Heroic Chronicles. So we're going to see what the meta options are here. Maybe we'll do some reviews for some of these cards as they come out, right? Okay, so Koehler is the one that's trending first because he's got Jockey Plus and the Power Header Plus. The card, to be fair to him, is actually very well formatted. Let's see how much this card costs. 61.5k, gives you the Bundesliga links. Honestly, if I were to get this Koehler card, does he have playstyles? He's got some pretty decent ones. No intercept, but he has a bunch of good stuff. Jockey Plus, Power Header Plus, that's more for like the corner kicks if you do get into those situations. Does he have aerial though? He does not. No aerial. So Jockey Plus, Power Header Plus, Power Shot, Long Ball Pass, passing playstyles is always a helpful thing for sure. Block, Anticipate, Slide Tackle, Bruiser, Relentless. In-game capabilities, 6'1", medium high. Shadow puts him at a mostly lengthy. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a good center back, to be fair. The reactions and the composure is in a high area. On the ball dribbling, I don't expect it to be crazy, but as a center back, not necessarily a big deal. The reason why I say not necessarily is because it's nice to have dribbling in every single area in this game after this patch, but yeah, no, he looks interesting, right? 90 acceleration, 95 sprint speed is very good on a mostly lengthy, right? Like, the biggest reason why, you know, we did the review for Akanji during this time period is because I kept telling people, I'm like, guys, the way that his pace is formatted for the mostly lengthy with, you know, physical stats that's already there, and then you can further improve him with a plus version and then further improve him from the evolution version. Like, bro, if this guy won, holy, it'd be insane, right? But the mostly lengthy, it adds a lot to the meta of this game, right? Especially since pace, in my opinion, is incredibly relevant in that center back position. I think it's very, very important to have. So Shadow Chemistry Style to boost Koehler actually does put him in a pretty decent area. So not a bad evolution choice if you want to go down that route. Peter Crouch is obviously the next one here. So there is... Okay, so it is just the one version with Peter Crouch. So you can evo him and make him a 4-star. Well, he's already a 4-star, 5-star player, but it's just the small stat improvements, right? So with Peter Crouch, it is a card that looks like... He just looks very physical oriented, to be honest, right? To get into those areas, to goal score. He's controlled lengthy. Hawk Chemistry Style. I actually want to do this because they don't really update the... chemistry styles really quickly on this, so we'll go over here. Okay, so Crouch is this one right here. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is, I mean, you could technically go in the Hawk Chemistry Style area. The reason why I'm saying this is because giving him some extra physical capabilities while still putting his shooting in the mid-90s area and his pace in the mid-90s area while being a mostly lengthy player, I think it'd be ideal for him, right? But you could also go in the direction of giving him a Hunter because it still keeps him at a controlled lengthy to really increase the finishing, really increase the pace of the card. So you can kind of go either direction. You got to notice and see like, oh, do I want the physical more? Do I want the shooting or the pace more? It just depends on the situation, right? But he does have passing capabilities, which is a big W, right? It's probably the most usable Peter Crouch has ever been in any FIFA. You could if the dribbling bothers you too much, technically go in the engine chemistry style area. But honestly, if you go in this direction, it's kind of a waste of time, because if you use someone like Peter Crouch in your team, you're using him with the knowledge that he's going to be physical oriented when it comes to dribbling capabilities, right? So it makes sense to just give him the Hawk to either increase the physical or to give him the Hunter to increase the pace and the shooting. Okay, so yeah, it definitely looks like an interesting one. I'm assuming he has like all of the play styles to be the type of guy to score opportunities in the air, right? So he's got power header plus, acrobatic plus, so it kind of reminds you of that the Future Stars players where they were given those sort of play styles. For him, it makes more sense, right? So he has bruiser to work with, finesse shot. He also has the aerial. So aerial is very important for you to be able to utilize the power header, right? So if his jumping animation is good on that aerial, he could be a heading merchant, right? Like obviously with base card stats already at a 98, base card stats already at a 99 for heading accuracy, there's a lot of potential to work with when it comes to this card playing in that sort of position, playing that sort of role, right? So if you like to cross the ball a lot, it could be ideal to use a card like this, mostly in like a 2-striker lineup, because sometimes when you have your striker committing on the inside, you kind of want him to be either at the very top or the very bottom. And if you have whipped pass plus, it's kind of crazy to work with, right? Dimitar Berbatov, I believe he has 2 different cards, if I'm not mistaken. I think he does. Berbatov, yes. Okay, so he has this one, which is the one that you can evo to a 90. And then he also has the other one, which is the 93, which to be fair does have slightly better stats in certain areas, right? I think those certain areas, to be fair, makes the card a little bit slightly better, but they did give some improvements to this card to make him nice too. This one on the market is a 5-star, 4-star player. So meta-wise, I could see people wanting to work with that a little bit more, to be honest with you, because I think giving him the skill moves, considering how Berbatov was like a really good first touch user in real life, it's definitely really cool to give him, right? But from the evolution choice, it makes him a card where some stats are increased. He's still kind of low in certain areas, for sure. I mean, it depends if you want to use a 4-star, 4-star player at this point. Like if I was going to use a Berbatov or use my evolution, I probably would go in a direction where it's for a card that like isn't on the market currently, right? Now, again, if we do the comparison here, right, the 2 differences is that this card does have different playstyles to work with. So with this card getting the evolution on different playstyles, because he has first touch plus and power shot, it just depends on what you want. Do I personally prefer the playstyles on this card compared to the other one? Absolutely. And for my playstyle, I think it just makes more sense for his finishing to be as good as possible, so that when he gets into areas, he can score his opportunities. But with this Berbatov, if you like those playstyles, you want to expand on in the future, maybe with another evolution, who knows what EA does, then he could be pretty decent too, right? Just depends on how they end up improving him. But as of right now, this card, you probably give him like an engine, maybe, to make his dribbling as good as possible. Maybe you just go in the direction of just giving him a Hunter to make his pace as high as possible, and you just work with the dribbling as it is, right? But for me, I think I would just rather get the transfer market cards and go from there, right? I think that's the main reason why this card is so cheap, because people probably won't go in that direction as much as some of the other cards, because it's, like I said, it already exists on the market, right? We got Clint Dempsey, who I believe has a card too. Is it just that one? No, it is just that one. Okay, so Clint Dempsey, yeah, so it puts him in a more usable area as well, for sure. Again, you could probably go in the direction of a Hunter, use him as a physical oriented attacker, or you can go in the direction of giving him an engine, because it does put his dribbling in the 90s area. But you just have to be mindful of the fact that this card is still a 6'1" player, right? So he's probably going to still feel physical from time to time when you're moving with him, right? So you just have to be very mindful of that when using this card, right? But it puts him in a pretty solid area as an MLS choice, right? For people who are, using those sort of squads, it could definitely be really cool, because he is a 5-star, 4-star player at this point. Now, is it low to have certain areas of the card in certain positions? It kind of is, right? I think finisher could be ideal too if you use him specifically in the cam position. You're not too worried about pace, but for me, I think pace is always a relevant situation. So usability wise, it's still there, right? Playstyles, he has a couple of very nice ones, right? Finesse shot, technical, flair, first touch, trivela, acrobatic, rapid, plus, and ping's pass. So it actually puts them in an area where the usability is there. You just have to be very mindful of the shooting, right? The shooting could potentially feel off from time to time, right? Francescoli, I believe, is another card that also has an evolution version, but he also has the transfer market version. So will people go in this direction? Probably not. He probably won't be too expensive. Yeah, so that's why Koehler maintains his price, because I believe he does not actually have another. Oh, he does actually have a card. They make the differences pretty significant, to be fair. But it's like, you know what, if you pack like the cheaper alternative, then you just go in that direction. Koehler has the other card though. Yeah, see, that's where it's interesting, because if you do this, kind of just makes sense to choose the cards that don't have another card, right? I mean, if you're gonna do it. Francescoli has the 2 different versions, Power Shot plus Acrobatic, compared to Finesse Shot plus an Incisive Pass. I think that one has better playstyles, to be honest with you. Differences between stats of the card, it would look like this. I mean, certain areas of the card are decreased and some of them are increased. So, like, the differences is not too crazy off each other, honestly. But another thing is the 5-star weak foot, right? The 5-star weak foot's obviously a really huge variable to work with, right? I think in this game, like, there's actually many situations, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, where it's like, I think I prefer to have the 5-star weak foot over the skill moves, you know, because skill moves is really good for a lot of situations, but weak foot in certain goal scoring opportunities, like, you know, that's why if you can, at like with the most you possibly can do, 5-star is just what you got to do, man. Because sometimes I'll take a strike with a person's 4-star weak foot, and I'm like, dude, at this, like, guys, it's really been pushed into the absolute full meta territory now. It's really crazy. But I think that's the main cards. I think that's like most of them for the most part. I think meta-wise for longevity, people are looking at this Koehler card because Jockey Plus and Power Header Plus compared to... I mean, Block and Anticipate are really good too. If you pack that card, you're getting a solid player, to be fair, right? Power Header is more for like the corners, but he still has the regular playstyles too on his Shadow, and it's still well formatted because he has the 90s and stuff for physical. So probably going to be the best choice, especially if you are building a Bundesliga team. So honestly, if my SBC account gets the lower rated version, I'll probably put him into an evolution, because sometimes I need the Bundesliga center backs because my back four is not full meta, and that's you guys know, man, I tell you guys all the time, you got to do full meta. Saliba Evo card and regular Van Dijk does save me, but I need that Akanji and stuff, you know. I need those like big boys. I need the, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the options that you have, guys. I think it makes the most sense to either go with Koehler. I think he's being hyped up because it kind of makes sense for the improvement, and then obviously like Dempsey as well, because Dempsey technically does not have another card. So if you're gonna do an MLS team, which to be fair I never really see people do, but if you do, you can kind of go in this direction, give him the heroic Chronicles and make him a pretty decent player, right? So but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, in regards to the evolution video. We'll see what else we post today. I might post like 2 or 3 more vids today. We'll see what the vibes are. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will catch you guys for the next one. Be sure to check out the reviews. We already reviewed Alaweron as well as Vinicius Jr. Okay, peace out, dudes. Love you guys.